Chapter 14. Tribute to Ambassador. It was Baron von Horsch, ambassador to the court of St. James, speaking. Surely few ambassadors have suffered more cruelly at the hands of a perfidious government, and whatever the cause of his death, Baron von Horsch suffered keenly during his last months as he tried to maintain standards of decency and honor while acting on behalf of a government that knew neither. I am so glad you are taking over to Germany a group of educationalists to talk with the new Nazi educationalists, for you will be in a privileged position to ask many questions that our own educationalists do not get the chance to ask. Then, summoning all the art of the diplomat's gentle insinuation, he indicated his hope that we should not be misled by the Nazis. He added discreetly, "Sometimes your countrymen are so tolerant as to give a wrong impression." Reassured that we had no intention of refraining from free and frank criticism, he said, "I have had a letter from Berlin about your party. They make one or two suggestions I will tell you about." Without comment, he stated that they would like to make a few changes in the suggested program, because it was considered too theoretical. National Socialism was primarily a movement of action rather than theory. Therefore, on the day when we had put down the discussion on the more fundamental principles of education, they proposed we should go out to see some of their land schools instead. "How absurd they are, Your Excellency," I said. "Is it not strange that the country from which one has always felt there came a challenge to Grundsätzlichkeit, which means fundamental nature, in the approach to any subject, should now try to avoid all the more grundsätzlich questions about education and philosophy? Would you be so good enough to tell them in Berlin that we expect Germans to be grundsätzlich, and that we are traveling from England in order to discuss the fundamental principles of National Socialist education, not its passing manifestations?" I thank you. I could wish for no better answer to send them. We then fell to a franker discussion, and he said how he hoped that the traditional standards of scholarship and criticism in Germany could withstand this cheap and often ludicrous teaching about race, blood, and earth, and such like. I rose to leave, and once again he and the small dog accompanied me to the door. When saying good-bye, he added, "Afraid to be grundsätzlich. How right you are. That exactly describes the change in education. I beg you to continue to take English educationalists over to Germany, who will have the courage to ask my countrymen there for the fundamental principles of all their new theories."